Is there a light at the end of the tunnel for Brazil? Robert Wood of the Economist Intelligence Agency joins me with his thoughts. Where do we stand on Brazil's future?
Well, it's still pretty bleak in the short term and also into 2016. The crux of the problem is to do with the political environment. We have a very adverse situation in Congress, very poor relations between the executive and Congress, an inability to go forward with a credible fiscal program.
And in light of oil prices right now, Brazil couldn't be struggling anymore. It seems as if all of the global marketplace is working against it.
Well, oil prices are affecting the ability to attract investment in Brazil's huge pre-salt reserves, but also Petrobras's difficulties, its weak balance sheet. That's also complicating these efforts because, according to Brazilian regulations, Petrobras has to have a 30% minimum stake in any new oil field, and it doesn't have the resources to get on board with other major oil companies to develop new pre-salt fields. And that's why we've only seen one pre-salt auction so far in 2012, and the next one being continuously put back 2016, 2017. Now it may not even happen in 2017.
In terms of fiscal adjustments that can be made in the next few years to get the country back on its feet, where do we begin?
There are short-term fixes, and those short-term fixes are possibly a financial transactions tax that is deeply unpopular in Congress, that is very effective way of raising revenue. The hopes were that that would be implemented to ward off another downgrade. Brazil has already been moved to junk status by one rating agency. When you get two rating agencies moving a country to junk status, that means that a lot of institutional investors have to take their funds out of the country, and that's where we could see yet more capital outflows from Brazil. In terms of the longer-term fiscal framework, Brazil really has to look at its spending commitments. There's been a lot of increase in social spending, pension entitlements. These are the benefits that increased in recent years under successive Workers' Party governments, and politicians on the left are very reluctant to make spending cuts there, but they really need to be done if you're going to come out with a credible medium-term fiscal framework.